Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. Welcome back. It's good to be back home again. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. Regular session this morning. Regular session tomorrow, but no crude oil inventory session. That is going to be Thursday at 11 with the holiday yesterday. Market is open. We got a get in sync trade on soybeans. Entry at 35.5. Nothing yet on the YM. Oh, and now we have a valid, actually the short was already valid, so we should be in that because we were not actually in the long trade. The short would not be filtered. The calculator's thinking that it was actually a stop and reverse, so it was filtered by the hybrid mode, but should not have been because we were not actually in the prior trade. So we are short there, and the YM has a short. And that's a full stop out, transitioning now to long. And I don't think that could have been, yeah, two seconds. That one was too fast. We'll have to wait for a pullback. How fast was that first one? That one was also too fast. And now we're in the long trade on the YM. Short trade on the micro Russell. And now a stop and reverse on the YM that did trigger, it looks like. That would have been at 699 actually with key level adjustments. Target 1 on the soybeans chart this morning. Target 1 on the YM. I suspect that Russell trade may have been too fast to catch. Might have had a pullback on bar 2. And that was probably the last chance. So I would guess that's probably a no trade. All right. Crude oil with a long trade, I would adjust that around the 200. Make it 91. YM getting target 1 and trailing now at 661. Target 1 was plenty big, so that is going to be a one and done session on the YM. A one and done session on soybeans as well. We picked up a one and done session on the pound Aussie, although the calculator is still tracking it. A couple of ways to play this. The way that Troy and I typically play it is when we get a target, an executable target, which we did in this case. It was a 12 pip minimum. We will not key level around a major key level and leave risk on the table. So we go ahead and move the stop to 152, and it did stop out. Although if you use the major key level adjustment to 149, as the calculator did, I do have it turned on, you are still in the trade with the stop at 154. All right. All right, target 1 on the YM. Stop and reverse actually was stop and reverse actually was too fast. So that short trade was a no trade. Marketed out of the long. So we take a stop and reverse on this long trade, and then we pick up target 1 on the reversal and a midway, and we're now long because that won't get us positive yet. Soybeans stopping out. Should be at 32 and a quarter. Looks like, did we get to 32 and a quarter there? No, we didn't. So we're actually still in it until down here. $31 flat would be our exit point, and we did pick up target 2 on the nose, it looks like, at 28.50. So 2 targets and then 2 positions on the trailer. Targets of 12 and 19. And another 9 ticks times 2 on the trailer. 31 and 18 is 49 ticks. Or 12 and a quarter points. About $600. And if you did use the major key level and just hit target 2 on the pound Aussie, Russell took a full loss on this recent short trade. Lots of time to have gotten in that. It did remain valid. And the stop now at 158 on the pound Aussie. If you play that one exactly as by the calculator, and now we have a long trade on the micro Russell, and I need to get over to the micro NQ as well. Taking heat on that one. Unleaded gas got us one and done this morning. Lots of time to get into that long trade, hitting targets 1 and 2, so both target 1 and target 2 traders were one and done. 4 consecutive trades with at least target 1. So a solid morning there. Crude triggering into the long, now coming back to a stop and reverse to short. Please do say hello in the comments. Let me know who's here. Entry would be at 72. And just hitting targets 1 target. Yeah, actually that's trade number 4, so that we wouldn't be in this. We would not have stopped in reverse. That would just be an exit point. So that's unfortunate, and that is a losing session on crude this morning. Pound Aussie to 162, and second full loss on the micro Russell, now in a short, and it looks like the micro Russell is kind of going into consolidation after a strong downward move. Let's see if we can take a look at the micro NQ. There it is up there. All right, the long was too early. Goes to money management, and we pick up the short. That gives us a strong win on the first trade. we now have a long trade setting up. That trade has not triggered yet. And now we trigger short. Long is off the table. And in the short with a second chance to get in there. Ooh, YM is trending down, but it's giving us a bit of a sawtooth there. Did we get reversed on this? Entry at 93, so that would go to 96 for the stop and reverse. And looks like we got to, no, that's not right. Got to 93, so no, we stayed short on that. We have another stop and reverse now at, looks like 86 probably. The entry is 81. Nope, it's at 83. We are still in the short trade. That's our money management level that we're looking for. And taking a loss on the micro NQ. Didn't trigger unadjusted, so that stop and reverse does cancel. So let's bring it back to our original entry over here. And that's the trade we're in. The Russell getting a break even on trade number 3 and a full loss on trade number 4, so a losing session there. Third loss ends the session. Crude is done for another 11 minutes. And pound Aussie moves up to 163 for the trailing stop. Long trade on the Micro NQ, Catapult. And a second full stop out on the Micro NQ. It too now seems to be in some consolidation. Short trade on the Micro NQ. And looks like it may be a third loss already. $73.25. And it's full loss. So that is loss number 3, ends the session. And targets 2 and 3 and a good solid almost target 2 trailer. That's going to be somewhere close to break even, but probably not. Probably still a slight loss. So the only thing running now is the YM and the Pound Aussie. We're waiting for the 10 o'clock for the crude oil session, mini session. long on the YM. We actually came, looks like we picked up target 1 and trailed down to right in here. And that long is going to take us all right, that's target 1 on the YM, but I don't believe it's big enough. We use a 20 tick minimum there. Yep, it's just 19, so we'll go for target 2, which is 30 ticks. But we are trailing. $5.34 break even trailer. Making another push upward. Target 2 at 64. We got to 63. 1 tick away. It's trade for profit situation. And we got 64 that time, so that is you get full target 2, 30 ticks. That probably gets us pretty close to positive. Looks like the stop will probably come up to 539. Pound Aussie stop comes up to 164. And also has hit target 2 and 3. And we're about to start the 10 a.m. mini session, and we have a short trade set up there. $72.09. And we are in the session. Okay, getting in sync with the long trade. So the stop now becomes a stop, or the short becomes a stop and reverse, which actually has canceled. So we're in the long trade. Long trade is still valid. And actually is positive. $167 on the pound Aussie. Nice trailer on the YM. Definitely will get us positive. The YM close to a stop out. Still in the long on crude. But I believe, yep, there's a stop and reverse short on crude at 17. And it did trigger. And there's money management that quickly. That money management is at 06, so that's valid. We did pick up target 1. Stop at 16. So we went from 32 to 7, yeah, 32 to 17, 15 ticks, a 30 tick loss. Target 1 was worth 13 with the stop and reverse. Target 2 would be worth 22. So we're down 17. If we get to target 2, that'll put us positive. Pound Aussie still at 167, setting new session highs. Target 2 on crude, so 2 fixed targets getting us 35 ticks. We were down 30, so we're plus 5 on the session. That does end the session, and net of the 2 sessions is probably, or not probably, I'm sure it's still negative. But that actually, other than the Pound Aussie, should finish everything up. YM did stop out. That'll get it positive. And that will do it, unless there are questions. Nobody's putting in questions. So I will assume everybody has got what they need. And we will call it a morning and do it again tomorrow. Regular 9:30 session. No crude oil session tomorrow, or rather no crude oil inventory session tomorrow. That is going to be Thursday at 11. The inventory report doesn't come out until Thursday at 11 because of the Monday holiday yesterday. So see everybody tomorrow morning. Have a good one.